All right. Today we're going to talk about the Wealth Builder program. It's a program by the Loan Store. How to unlock the equity you've already built. So this is a first lien HELOC. My name is Justin Halsey. I work for Edge Home Finance. My contact information is on the first screen. But if you'd like, you can always DM me or drop a comment. So what is this? What is Wealth Builder? It's a different type of mortgage. It's a first lien HELOC. It's a 360 term, just like normal 30-year programs. And then the max exposure is going to be up to 3.5 million. Instead of locking into a rigid loan, we're going to give you a HELOC on your first lien so you can tap into that equity whenever you need it. So why do homeowners love it? It's not a TRID loan, so we don't have the normal traditional wait periods like the 3 day and the 7 days. It is a 30-year draw period. You have access to those funds for the full 30 years. And you don't have to reapply for it. So if you need something immediately, you have that availability to tap into the equity as long as the line of credit is there. There's no prepayment penalty, so you can pay it down as quickly as you want to, and there's no prepayment penalty. And you can get up to 3.5 millions combined. So you can put it a primary, secondary, or an investment. You can have up to 3 loans, one on each type of property. Residence type, and then the combined total is 3.5 million. So how do you make it work for you? You can buy a home with it. You can tap into the equity of your current home by refinancing, and you can grow your portfolio. Like I said, you can have three different loans, one on each type, so occupancy type, and so that's how you can grow your portfolio. You can do this 3 times. So how does the line of credit work? So the first 10 years, you have a full draw. So if you have a line of credit of 500,000, whatever you pay down, you have that available draw. So if you pay down 100,000, you still have $100,000 to draw. After you hit the 11th year, or when you get to the 11th year, it reduces your line of credit by 1/240th. And the main reason they're doing this is to make sure at the end of 360 months, you have paid off the loan. If you have access to the whole 500, then you could be in trouble at the 30th year if you still have that loan in year 30. So that's why they reduce it by 1/240th, because every month it's reducing it to make sure that you are paying it off in time. So there's no balloon payment. Do you qualify? So primary residence go up to 3.5 million. So you can have one loan at 3.5 million up to 90% max LTV, and your credit score has to be 700 or above. If you go with a second home, it goes up to 3 million, up to 80% LTV, and then minimum FICO of 720. Investment can go up to $1 million with a max LTV of 75%, and the minimum FICO is 720. All of them you can do purchase, rate and term refinance, or cash out on. The minimum line of credit is $150,000. The max you can draw at the initial advance is 99% of the line of credit. And then once again, you can have 3 loans per borrower. There are a few things to keep in mind. There are certain states that have restrictions. It's not available in Hawaii, Illinois, or New York. In Texas, it can't be on your primary, so it can only be on your second home or investment. And then New Mexico caps the primary residence at 79.99 instead of 90. Property types are single-family residence, PUDs, or planned unit developments, 2 to 4 units, warrantable and non-warrantable condos. So the ones that aren't eligible are rural properties, leaseholds, and Texas primary. So homestead and owner occupied. Credit profile, you have to have a minimum credit FICO of 700. There have to be 3 open accounts on your credit report, and they have to average 24 month average. There can be no 30-day lates on your current housing payment for the last 12 years. And over the last 4 years, you can have no bankruptcies, foreclosures, deed in lieu, short sales, or charge-offs. The reserves and DTIs. So the max DTI, if your max DTI is 40% or less, you have to have 10% of the line in reserve. So if you have a $500,000 line of credit, you have to have $50,000 in reserves. If your DTI goes up to 43%, so 41 to 4 or 40.01 to 43%, you have to have 15% of that line of credit. So $500,000 would be $75,000 in reserves. And we qualify your payment based on the full amount amortized over 30 years. So what does it look like in real life? We have the Millers that want to buy a home for $900,000 and they have $400,000 in their equity currently. With the wealth builder, they can tap into that equity really quick and have it available anytime they want. So they can then use that money to purchase a new property. Or if that property isn't available, they can just wait. They have that line of equity available at any point in time to do what they want. Again, 90% LTV on primary, $3.5 million combined, 30 years, and the draw period is for the full 30 years. So what are the advantages of this program? So you're going to skip the normal traditional 3 and 7 day wait periods that TRID has on traditional mortgages. Again, there's no prepayment penalty, so you can pay it down or off whenever you want. The interest is accrued daily, but it's only on the balances drawn. So if you have a $500,000 line of credit, but the balance is $300,000, the interest is only on that $300,000. Again, you have the 30-year draw period. It's scalable to 3.5, so you can have one loan for $1 million, another loan for $1 million, and then the third one could be $1.5 million, or one single loan for $3.5 million. And it's a first lien, so it's first lien just like traditional mortgages. So where do you go from here? If you'd like to see if you qualify, or if it's going to help you out, reach out to me. We can run a scenario to see how you can pay this. Ultimately, this thing is to pay off your mortgage quicker, build equity quicker. That's the whole goal of this. But we can run a scenario. We can see if we can get you pre-qualified, and then we'll get you clear to close. That's how we get started, and that's the process basically. So let me know if you want to reach out. I'd be happy to help. Give me a call, 808-728-5724. DM me on Facebook. Drop a comment on YouTube, wherever it's posted.